Hello everyone and welcome to Tutorial Thursday. My name is Swiss and for this week we're going to be going over advanced disadvantage options. So I'm going to be diving down, giving you options on getting out of disadvantage better. This is going to be for more of advanced players that have been playing Snake for quite some time now. So if you guys like the content, like and subscribe. Check out the description down below. I have Twitch, Twitter, Patreon, etc. If you want to support me there, feel free to do so. Other than that, let's go ahead, let's dive right in and let's get on with it. All right, everybody, so we're going to go ahead and go over advanced disadvantage with Snake. This is, again, going to help out all you Snake players that have a really good understanding of Snake, but just have that hard piece in disadvantage where like you just don't really know what to do in certain situations, right? And this video is going to help you in regards of just having a better disadvantage. Rule number one, honestly, is just think of as many things as you can just so that you have as many mix-ups or as many options as possible. And the reason I say that is just because if you're only doing one thing, like let's say every time you're in disadvantage, you're B reversing, you always B reverse no matter what, you're gonna get red or you're gonna get heavily punished sooner or later, whether it's gonna be through a better opponent than you, someone that just plays the game more than you or is just better than you in general, or they just know Snake extremely well, they just know like what you want to do because of the fact that you're choosing common options that other Snake players tend to do a lot. And we're going to kind of go over that as well. So keep that in mind, that the more you can think of, the better it's going to be for you. And if you do get punished in disadvantage, please make sure you ask yourself questions, right? Why did you get hit in disadvantage? Was it because you pulled grenade after you got hit? Was that the reason why you got hit in disadvantage? Was it because you B reversed into them? Was it because you fastfall neutral air dodged and they read that option? You know, there's just a lot of things to consider, but please ask yourself questions and then list out what's available to you. As an example, let's just say I was in disadvantage, I B reversed into Mario and I got forward smash. So while the match is going, I'm already thinking, okay, I got hit in disadvantage there because I B reversed into him. So what can I do next time? Okay, maybe I should not B reverse into him, right? Maybe it's just something I wasn't paying attention to the positioning. I wasn't looking where Mario was. I B reversed and that was my fault. Maybe I should just drift away from him. Maybe I should air dodge away from him. Maybe I should fast fall and shield. Maybe I shouldn't pull grenade out at all. Maybe I should back air him. You know, maybe I should land with down air. Even if there's something that just sounds stupid to you as an option, just list it out. Because even the stupid options, even though they sound stupid, could help. So it's good to list every single option you can think of and then just go off of that. Okay, so in this case, right, I B reverse, I got punished. So next time I could air dodge away. I could land on top of him and then like mash F tilt or something. In my back facing, maybe I could land with like back air on him instead. So maybe I could land with grenade and then shield. Maybe I should just shield. Maybe I could land with forward air, you know, or nair one. There's just so many options and it's good to just recognize everything Snake is capable of specifically and then just going off of that, because you don't want to think that, oh, I got hit because I B reversed, so what do I do now? Oh, maybe I should air dodge, and then let's say like he still covers it. You're not like giving yourself the opportunity of knowing your opponent, like I mean knowing your character 100%, right? You got to know everything about him, so definitely list those options out. Now, I know I spent a little bit too much time on that, but we're going to go over now like specific things that Snake players do a lot that they need to stop doing or just tone it down. Very common one is air dodging in. So we get put in this situation where let's say we lost our jumps and we have to up B, but we don't want to go for ledge, so we air dodge in, and then we get punished. That is a very common option. When you play better players or people that know how to fight Snake, they're going to look for that option. So you need to not do that. And the reason is because when you think about it, we're gonna air dodge in, not only Snakes, but just, you know, everyone in general. We air dodge in because we don't want to be in the corner. We don't want to play in the corner. We don't want to grab ledge. We don't want to have to fight getting off the ledge or getting out of the corner. We just want to land as far into the stage as possible and go from there. But better players are going to know that, and they're going to punish you really hard. One thing that I do versus Snake players is I like to stand here when they're in that situation, and they will panic, air dodge in, and then I turn around and F smash them. And that's very, very rough. So you have to know that you have a lot of options outside of that. And this is something that I've kind of noted in previous sessions on my Twitch. If you guys like to check that out, every Friday I do match analysis for viewers. Basically, you have to think of it, I feel like people think of it as a chore in a sense, or like you should think of it as a chore. So if there's a household chore that you don't like doing, such as an example, taking out the trash or doing the dishes, like people don't like to do the dishes, let's say, right? Like I myself hate doing the dishes. You have to know that, hey, I don't want to play the corner, but I have to do it. It's just like the dishes. You don't want to do the dishes, but you have to do it because it's a chore, right? So it's kind of like that. You just have to accept it. You have to accept that, hey, I don't want to play in the corner. I don't want to get off ledge and I don't want to do all this stuff, but I have to do it. And that's just what it is. You got hit, you got put in disadvantage. You have to land, you have to go for ledge. You have to land in the corner. You have to do those specific things in the game, right? Because that's part of the game. And you can't force yourself to be like, I don't want to play this part of the game. You can't think like that because it's part of the game. You have to do it. Eventually, you're going to have to do it. So in that situation, again, acceptance is key. You have to accept that you have to play in this situation and go from there. You don't want to air dodge in because you're going to get opened up super hard and it's just going to be very annoying for you because you keep doing it because you don't want to play in the corner or off the ledge. So in that case, get used to that. Get used to landing in the corner. Get used to grabbing the ledge. Watch Alan Dis as a reference. He always makes sure he lands in the corner or on ledge because he understands that, hey, I have to play this game, and part of this game consists of playing in the corner / ledge, so that's what I have to do. You could also use it as a mix-up, so you could like go up high, fake it, and then drop down Cypher and just go for ledge. That can confuse a lot of opponents because when you're going up high, they're already thinking like, okay, he's gonna go up high and then he's gonna try to land center stage with like B reverses or anything like that. So I'm going to dash and just wait center stage and see what the opponent, what you're going to do, whether you B reverse, fastball, neutral, air dodge, etc. But when you go up high like that, like this, and then you fake it and then you quickly land towards the ledge or the corner, they don't really expect that too much. So they have to turn around and then go back, and then they have to set up a ledge trap, but they might not have enough time depending on their character move speed and all that other stuff. So that could be a really good bait. Again, Alan Dis does it a lot. If you guys watch Ally, I know he's with all the drama thing, we're not going to talk about that, but if you watch Ally as a player, he does that a lot too, where like he likes to drift back into the corner, or he likes to kind of just B reverse into the corner. That's just something that could help you out a lot. So keep that in mind, that, you know, it could work as a really good mix up. And then when you land, you can obviously have option shield, dash attack, pull out grenade, jump, etc. You know, there's just so many options after that for Snake. It's just a matter of knowing what he has and just going off of that. Another weird situation where Snake players just don't really know what to do is when they get knocked into a weird angle, such as like something like this. So if it comes to that case, definitely get used to just blowing yourself up, because of the fact that If you're down here and you jump in up B, you're not really going too far up. And some people don't want to up B like this towards the ledge because it leaves yourself open. Certain characters could just go down there and hit you. As an example, like Palutena could just like kind of just like go down here and then just back air you or something. Or Mario can go down there and back air you. Just people with strong aerials can just go down there and hit you. Or they could just sit here and then charge up a smash attack or something that will linger because of the Cypher, and then that could end up hitting you as well. So it's obviously a hard situation for Snake. And if you're not used to going low, it's going to be even worse. So you need to get used to blowing yourself up because it's a really good mix-up. Especially when you're in that weird angle like down here and there's not really much you could do. Just feel free to blow yourself up, go up high, and then go from there. Now, another option that Dio does a lot and Scat has been using as well is just like pulling the grenade and then using the Nikita to use as a wall just to stop any form of really stop any form of like offstage pressure or to get hit off stage. And it's gonna help out a lot if you know how to do it. Now I don't really do it too much, so that's why like I'm not really getting it, as you can see right here. So don't really mind me on that, but it's just generally a light throw grenade and then you pull out the Nikita, you aim it to where you want it to go, and then you get hit by the grenade, and that's basically it. So again, light throw grenade, up B, pull out the Nikita, and then that's just basically it. Just aim it where you need it to go. Now, if you're able to use it without your jump, that could help out a lot, because if you use your jump, let's say, if you use your jump in this situation, let's just use our jumps right here, and then we pick it up. So now we have to up B, but we're not really going anywhere. Whereas if we save our jump, we get a lot more traction, or we get a lot much higher, as you can see right there. So it could help you to save that jump, and if you could save the jump, it could help, and then you just go off of that. You can even like C4 yourself if you want. If you're at like low percents, you could C4 yourself, or just use the grenade, whatever is going to be easier for you. So one thing about this setup though, if you choose the grenade option, just keep in mind that it takes a long time to start up. You could just see by the amount of time here, it takes a good length of time just to set it up. So if you're facing an opponent that has extremely good offstage, let's just say Sephiroth as an example, stuff like that could be extremely hard to get done, just because he has so much time to just go off and hit you. So yeah, just keep that in mind and go for a faster option, maybe like a C4 if necessary. So yeah, that's just basically what you want to do. And you know, you're not going to need to use that option all the time, so keep that in mind. Like, you don't have to use it all the time, but just make sure that when you're in like a weird situation, just keep in mind that you have it available, right? Just make sure you know that, hey, this option is available, should I go for it, and then go from there. So that's what I would recommend doing. There is another way of doing it where you could up B. You want to like up B, and then you like throw a grenade, down air, and then air dodge up, and the grenade will hit you. This is obviously another very lengthy option. Basically, any form of grenade recovery is going to give you, it's gonna take up a lot of time, and you have to be ready for that. You have to know that, hey, I need to make sure I'm in a safe spot. So generally, like back here, I would say is good. So that way the opponent's gonna have like a hard time hitting you. But again, if they have like a long sword, like Sephiroth, let's say again, then it's gonna be rough, right? So be mindful of that. Now, outside of disadvantage, off stage, there's also on stage. And it's all about just knowing where your opponent is located. If you can watch your opponent, you're gonna know what options to choose. Now, Snake doesn't really have too many options when he's in the air landing for center stage or on stage in general, right? He only has really B reverse, whether it's double B reverse or single. He has it with the C4, then you can blow it up. He can land with back air dodge, stuff like that. Those are his main options, to go to, actually. So what you want to do is you need to make sure you look at where your opponent is. So if I'm up being, I do not need to B reverse here, right? Or I'm dead. So make sure you watch your opponent every time. If he's standing on the ground, I don't need to fast fall neutral air dodge, right? Why would I need to do that when he's not jumping at me? So there's no reason to do that either, okay? Now, if I'm up being over here, I could just land like this, because obviously Mario's way over here. So you could just land like that. You don't really need to do anything right there. So keep that in mind. You have to watch the opponent. And again, I keep saying it, but it's true. Like, you have to watch your opponent, everybody. And a lot of Snake players just get too used to just like B reversing everywhere, right? I love to B reverse. B reversing is tight, and it's understandable, right? It's an advanced technique, and I say that because like it's kind of not like it's pretty easy technique at this point, but it's an advanced technique nonetheless, right? So you get too used to the fact of like how the feeling is. Like, it feels good to do tech, right? It feels too good to just do all sorts of tech, and you just want to do it all day no matter what. So when you do that, you're not like paying attention to anything else that's happening on the screen. You're not looking around you, right? You're just looking at one thing, and that's tech. I want to do tech. So just know that that tech is not always the answer. You know, you might get lost in the sauce, as people would say, and you don't need all that. So again, no need to be reverse here, because there's just no reason to just land in front of your opponent in disadvantage and then get pressure, because it's going to be their turn. No need to fast fall neutral air dodge if they're already on the ground. If they're jumping at you, obviously that's going to help in doing that. Landing with back air is a good mix up too. Just calls out the jumps if you can get out fast enough, or if they're like sitting here just standing there just like waiting to see what you're going to do, you can throw them off guard with landing with the back air too. That could help. Down air helps out too in some situations. If you notice your opponent is like going to jump at you, let's say we're falling down and we see Mario jumping, right? He's just jumping, looking to see if he can hit us with like an up air or something like that. We could say, okay, well, let me try to get out this down air. And the reason why people would like to use down air is just because it comes out frame 3 in the air. Like off of a short hop, it's frame 6 if you account the 3-frame jump squat, and then dare comes out frame 3 as well, so that adds up to 6. But if you're already in the air, it's going to come out frame 3. So if you just want to get something quick and just be able to land, you could do that. Obviously a little risky because of landing lag. Same thing with back air, and also neutral air too. Neutral air is the same, really pretty much the same thing. People like to land with neutral air once in a while. MVD has done it a couple times. Alan Dis has done it a couple times. That just helps in keeping your opponent in check. If you think they're going to jump at you, generally like in this region, you could like land with a neutral air and then just kind of go off of that. So that could help too. But outside of that, that's just primarily it. Just, you need to keep an eye on your opponent, because if you're not going to, then you're just gonna get beat up for it, and then you're gonna question why you play snake because its disadvantage isn't that great, which it isn't. But again, if you keep in mind of what I told you in this video of just making sure you ask questions to yourself and making sure you list every single option your opponent has, that's not only going to work for snake, that's going to work for any other character too. If I know we get some viewers that don't necessarily play snake, but it could help you out as well fundamentally, that hey, I have more options than just landing with neutral air neutral air dodge, sorry, or just like pulling grenade out in general. Or if you're someone with like a quick aerial, let's just say like Mario Nair, I guess. I think that's a quick aerial, I don't remember. But you know, just saying like, hey, I could just keep mashing out this option every time I get hit, or I could just keep mashing jump every time I get hit. You don't always want to think of it like that, because if you do, you're not going to know what else is available to your character, whether it is jumping, mashing out grenade, or mashing out back air or up air. We seen that with Omar on Monday, where he mashed out up air after getting hit out a hit stun. You know, like there's so many other things available, so make sure you keep that in mind. Ask yourself questions, list out every single answer, even if it's a stupid answer. List it out, because even the stupid ones are helpful. Even if they sound stupid or look stupid, they will help, trust me. They've helped me out a lot, and they will help you out a lot as well. Anyways, that's all I got for today. Sorry for the lengthy video, everybody. I hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Again, please check out the description down below. I have Twitch, Twitter, Patreon, etc. Feel free to, you know, just help me out there if you want to grow the Swiss Army. Anyways, thank you for all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.
Never duplicate you, never multiply two. Everyone copy and paste, mask all up in on their face. Disney fantasy MPH, they are cool with their complacent. You feel it in you, then you brush it off you. Ain't significant, but you got something we want, and your whole life is a taunt, cause you will not just comply. Waking up for your day.